Yeah, he'll act a fool.
You know, oftentimes, in purple and gold mines, people do some dumbass shit, and it's our job to call it
Mhm.
out. So, I just got a special fuck you to just a dumb motherfucker. So I just want to shout out myself.
Oh,
I did
okay.
not play. I thought I thought the Dolphins were going to play the Rams today. Little did I know they were
It's the
really
Steelers.
playing the Los Angeles Chargers.
Chargers. Yeah.
So yeah, we're recording this on a Sunday. This whole week is going to be downhill for me. What last time I checked, he had like 463 yards.
Yep.
So I just want to shout myself out for being a dumb motherfucker. And
Yeah, he went
after
crazy.
that,
Went crazy.
they went crazy. They went crazy.
Yeah.
But look, um, next I'm gonna do is welcome you to episode 10. We are in double digits of meeting of the gold mines. 10, 10, 10. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting us. The whole purple and gold mines thing. We started this in January. We launched a podcast, I guess, 9 weeks ago. So just want to throw a shout out. This is Born Rebel, aka Zen. You can follow me on the Twitter at Rebel He Is. I got my purple and gold mine brother with me, KB, the coach of what we do. How you feeling today? How's fantasy football been treating you today?
Yep. That is KBB RWN22. And that's what what's called. It's not even Twitter. It's X now. So if you don't know now, you know. PGM. And we Yeah, we did this. We started this 9 weeks ago for podcasting, and then got our group together. What? It's almost a year now, is that? Or will be a year now in
No,
October.
no, January. Well, we first linked up in
Yeah,
October, but we
in
went
October.
official with the brand in January. So,
Right.
hey, real quick, who you played against in fantasy football today? Who are you matched up against?
I was matched up against King or Perp and
Yes,
Gold. Yeah.
yes. So you can follow him. He's not here. He's
Nope.
hiding like a little. But yeah,
I'm
he's
like a
not
little
here.
bitch. He got his
Like a
ass kicked
little
by me. By
got his
me.
ass kicked, and
He got his
now
ass kicked. Yep.
he ducked the smoke. We
Sure
ducked the
did.
smoke. But hey,
Hmm.
also with us,
Starting off
she is
early.
back,
Starting
and
off
but she
early.
started off early. Oh, just wait until we start talking about those platinum antlers. Well, we ain't there yet, but look, hey, she's no stranger to the purple and gold mines family, the meeting of the gold mines. I think this is like what third episode she's been on since we started, third or fourth. But we love having her. It is Tonnaaayy, and that is with STO. That's TNs, 3 A's, 4 I's. At Tonnaaayy. What's up, darling? How are you?
Yoda, what's good, everybody? Appreciate y'all. NFL Sunday's back. I honestly cannot complain. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are here.
We are here. We are here. And like, you know what? We
Facts,
got a very
facts.
special guest. We got a very special guest with us this week. Um, after Rich Paul, we're gonna get to this later in this episode, but after Rich Paul said what he said about the platinum antlers and the gold antlers, there was one person I wanted to have this conversation with. And this brother was gracious enough to say, "Yo, let's roll." So we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but I'm looking forward to our discussion. He represents the Real Talk podcast. It is EJ. What's up, brother? How are you, man?
What's up, man? I appreciate you having me on, bruh. Happy for y'all doing y'all thing, you know what I'm saying, with y'all show. Happy to be on. Um, Not happy about some of these results from today's football Sunday. Um, but I also, though, quick shout out because I know it's not on the docket, but I always gonna bring him up after he wins. Shout out Dion. Um, Shout out his son. Shout out that whole program in Colorado, man. They
Yes,
doing their
yes.
thing.
Look, that's the team of Black America now. That's the team. That's
Come
the
on,
team
come
of
on, come
Black
on, come on,
America.
come on.
Look what he's doing it.
If you're
What
not
he's
supporting
doing, how
Dion,
he's
I don't
doing
know
it.
what you really on, bro.
You can't come. You ain't for the culture. You ain't for the culture.
Yeah,
It's yeah. So it's look. I'm just gonna say this because we entertain the buffoonery in 9 months because Colorado's known for snow bunnies. 9 months, the mixed population in Colorado is going to go up tremendously. Look, I'll use an example. Did anyone see the picture of Michael Irvin, right? Now, he hasn't played football in over 20 years. All right. He's wearing some skinny jeans. He had a picture of him in the locker room. He's wearing some skinny jeans. His knee is iced up, right? Don't not knowing for what. I don't know why. What he was doing that he needed his knee iced up. But with him is a snow bunny. So look, I've been to Colorado. I spent some time in Colorado. And look, just saying, you've seen Baby Boy, that the bunny hop. It's gonna be a lot of bunny hopping. There's gonna be a lot of bunny hopping in Colorado. Look, we know what time it is. So shout out to my black queens.
Hey.
But I'm just saying, it's gonna be a lot.
Hey.
Hey, there's gonna be a lot of brown bunnies in Colorado. And
Come
we're
on,
not
hey.
hating. Hey, we're not hating. We're not hating. But yeah, shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to the whole program. And you know what? This is why they get first they beat the team in Texas, right? TCU, that just was the runner-up in the national championship. Then you beat Nebraska. Nebraska hasn't been good, but that's one of those legacy teams. That's one of those legacy teams, one of those good old boy teams. And it's yeah. But anyway, shout out
They've
to Coach
already
Prime.
won more games this year
than
than
all
they
of
did
last
year.
season.
Already.
Absolutely.
This week 2.
Well, speaking of loss, Team USA. Team USA lost to Canada. Look, we thinking we was gonna go to the Philippines for gold. We didn't get silver. We didn't get bronze. Yo, motherfucker, we didn't even get copper. All right, we lost to Canada. After we lost to Germany, yo, Dennis Schroeder, based upon what Homeboy said about world champions, Dennis Schroeder is the best basketball player in the world. Put that in your mind, folks. He's walking away. Out of all the folks that wore purple and gold last season, Dennis Schroeder is the one.
Sense.
Dennis Schroeder is the one that walks that is coming back to with the gold medal. We didn't get shit. Special fuck you to Jalen Brunson, Triple J. It's funny. They said like, oh, Triple J and I think 2 other players, they were out with the illness. Like, yo, you went to the brothel. We know. What?
What?
Well, look, they went to the brothel. All right, they went to the brothel. All
Sam's
right.
a wild guy. He's a wild guy.
Yeah, no, they went to the brothel. But look, let me ask you something. EJ. We just shit the bed. You think that mean Bron? You think Bron and AD? You think Bron and AD is going to Paris next summer?
No. No. Bron's done playing in Olympics. He's going to be by that time 40? Yeah. Don't go over there. I don't even want him to play in the Olympics, actually, to be honest with you. Don't even want him to do it. Maybe AD, but as injury prone as he is, I would still like to see him play, less basketball than he's required to. So, yeah, stick to the regular season. But I do think that like Devin Booker, JT, even maybe KD goes. I think we do have some headline people go, but not Bron or AD.
Anyone feel different? Anyone feel different?
I'm here for it. I was gonna jump right in here. I'm here for it. Let it be his last hurrah. You know what I'm saying? Make up for that bronze medal. I think in what that was, 08. I'm here for it. Let him be our leading point guard. He ain't got to do too much, especially if all those headliners
04. 04.
04, excuse me. Yes, and 04. for that bronze medal, but I am here for it. I am here for the tandem. Especially we saw what just happened. Especially this is not no personal attack on JJJ. I just know how much of
Yes, it
a
is.
better
Yes, it is.
a better 5 spot. You know what I'm saying? That look at all of those guys, even JB spot, JJJ spot, BI spot, Mikkel spot. Like Real Talk was saying, those headliners replacing them, you just see how much more of an upgrade this team will be. So bring in all the old heads, bring in all the injury prone guys. Let's make a dream team. Like let's make it count one last time before Braun, kicks the bucket, calls it a career.
KB, how you feeling? You think Bron and AD Olympics? You think they go to
Not
Paris?
Bron, possibly AD. I did make the prediction, I think, for this year coming up that AD plays a lot more games than people give him credit for. The only person that I expect to sit and miss games coming this Laker season is going to be LeBron because of his old age. LeBron's not him anymore. He can still have him moments, but LeBron's not him anymore. Don't want him playing for the Olympics. And I think the more plus side, the reason why he won't play is because I'll make this prediction too. Joel Embiid's going to play for Team USA. He's still deciding between playing for France and the US. As you just seen, France ain't shit, so they got their asses knocked out before, even going to the rounds playing for gold or anything like that. So, or bronze or silver. So I think that's the reason why Braun won't play. I think we'll be stacked enough. I think Curry will definitely come back and play. He's definitely owing USA a appearance. He hasn't even made an appearance yet, so I think he's going to go, and he's right there at like 35. So he's right there. I think he'll do it. And JT and Jaylen Brown, those are your two what's it called? I think headliners you want to play for Team USA because they're young, and then on top of that, they're hungry. They want to, I think they want more than just the NBA championship, which they haven't got yet. They want the gold. But yeah, the biggest thing about the Olympics, we didn't even qualify. We didn't get copper, like you said. We didn't get freaking bronze. But I mean, the most important thing when you go to these World Cup games is to qualify for the Olympics. So, if anything, we did our job. Going for the gold in the World Cup, like I told everybody else with previous spaces that I've done and recordings that I've done with other people, that was like what the USA team junior or the USA junior team. Like we didn't even send our elite players.
KB, nobody wants to hear that. Play this
I know
with a little
nobody
violence. Nobody want to hear that shit.
Nobody want to hear it. I know. I'm just saying. But going against Canada, I mean, who they had everybody besides Murray. I mean, I'm just saying they had everybody but Murray. But if the NBA really sends their all stars, we can all tell. If you want to be real, if the NBA really sends their actual elite players for Team USA, this wouldn't even be a game. So I mean,
world champions of
exactly.
What?
I don't like. So the first thing I don't like is Noah saying world champions of the world, but what other league is beating NBA team like in the world? So I mean, I guess I kind of disagree because you have everybody around the world playing it the best of the best in the NBA. So I mean, Noah can say that, but has he even won gold yet?
All right, let me ask you guys this because that's been a whole thing. How you guys feel about the whole world comment thing? The world.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all because
what we just saw, bro, just proves how the competition is not NBA level because we just saw Dylan Brooks give us 40. Come on, bro. We played him a whole series. We was leaving Dylan Brooks wide open. He goes over there and drops 40 in a medal game. That proved it to me right there. I'm like, yeah. Whatever he said was stupid, bro. Because the best players in the world are in the NBA. Yeah. So if you win the NBA championship,
yeah, I'm with you.
Best in the world.
I'll say this though. If we're looking at it from an individual country standpoint, yes, the United States have the best players in the world. But you remember in the All-Star game, remember years ago? I mean, I think they may do it now for like that rookie. Remember when they used to have like Team USA versus the world for like that junior game on All-Star weekend?
Yes.
They sometimes rookie versus sophomore. Look, if you take the best USA players versus the best players not from the US, that's a game. that's a game. So
Well,
I understand it, but at the same time, yeah, the U.S. have the best collection of players. The NBA has the best collection of players. So let's just,
but Zen, when you say
yeah.
that, when they have the Team USA against the world, they have like the youngest NBA players that are of US.
I'm with you.
Like
Look,
from
He did
the
look.
say
Here's the thing.
junior. He did.
they don't ever
Yeah.
have their actual
The
like
creme de
all
la
stars.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with
That's
you.
what
I'll say
weird.
this about
Okay.
LeBron though.
Okay.
I think he goes to Paris next year.
I don't know
I
why.
think. Look, okay,
Why?
it will be his last. It will be his last one, right? It will. I don't think he's in the league in 2028. But assuming it's his last one, the fact that
Okay.
it's in Paris, from a marketing standpoint, a global
Good point.
standpoint, I think. Look, we know we got a squad this year, so I'm going to write this story. We get a championship. He also tells Steve Kerr. He also tells Steve Kerr. He tells Grant Hill, Team USA. He says, "Look, build a squad that I can play 12 minutes a game. Let me be the OG on the squad, similar to Kobe in 12. Even though Kobe, obviously still had lots of game
Give.
left, but like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll put it like this: Jason Kidd in 2012, because
Okay.
Jason Kidd was
Agreed.
technically the OG.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's a better name.
That's a better one. That's
I
a
like
much
that.
better
Yeah.
one. Yeah, let
Okay.
me be the OG. Let me put it 12.
Hmm.
Give me 12, 14 minutes. First time, come on. You get Draymond, because I know Steve Kerr. He's gonna go to his 3 players that he went to war with and won 4 chips with, and say, look, guys, I need you for Paris. If Steph goes, I think they'll need Team USA does need a Draymond. They do need a Draymond on the floor, because Triple J ain't shit. And then if you bring Draymond and Steph, you got to bring Clay. You got to bring Clay. Look, there's a thing called nepotism.
You have
And
to.
yes, look. Here's
I
the thing:
think
the dream team. Okay, I'm not okay. I'm gonna choose my words carefully. Remember, the original dream team. We had someone on the team with HIV. Which is not funny. And we had a white boy
Okay.
with a back problem. So
you
come
went with
on.
that route. You went that route. All right.
Larry Bird couldn't walk. Larry Bird couldn't walk. Only
We've
thing
He
he
was
seen
was
that.
Larry Bird though. That's Larry
We've
Bird
seen
and
that.
Magic Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, we've seen
Klay
that.
Thompson
So
is not that level of player where you have to put him on the team.
this
It's
fool said.
not that
but
guy.
you talking about
Not
okay,
that
you
guy.
talking about Steve Kerr. He won 4 chips with them. And and at the same time, I don't think, like, since it's one of his guys, and building out a roster, it's like, okay, you know what? You are bringing, even though he's not in his prime, you are bringing one of the greatest shooters ever. I don't see them bringing 2 Warriors and not bringing the third one. I think Draymond will be on that squad as well. Gray, in addition to being a Warrior, he also has a great agent that will, Rich Paul does great things.
Oh,
So you got after
I
that.
heard that hate. I heard it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
heard the
No,
hate.
hey,
I
there's
heard it.
more
I'm
coming.
not. Yeah, I'm not
There's
gonna do that.
more coming. No, shout out to Rich Paul. Real talk. We're
I'm
gonna
not
get
gonna
to
do
that
that.
in a
Nah,
minute.
we're not gonna do that.
But look, I think next year, I think
Mm.
LeBron does it, because if you write a Hollywood story, Lakers get the chip next year. Bron goes to Paris, and then if the stars align, he plays a year with Bronny and says, "Yo, I'm out."
Couldn't write a better
No,
story,
if we
Rebel.
if we win
Couldn't
the
write a
chip,
better story.
if we win the chip, then I do want him to go. If we win the chip, I want him to go to
Okay.
Paris.
That's
I
lit.
think
That would
That's
be
lit.
that. That would be yeah. That'd be a
I
good
think we'll
perfect
go.
timing.
I think we'll go. I
Yeah,
think he'll go.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
but we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Well, one thing that Laker Nation has been talking about all week. And I'm gonna say it. Hey, pause. We've been all week. We've been talking about Wood.
The hardest
Oh
wood.
my god.
No,
Oh,
hey,
what?
we talking about
Hey,
Big Wood.
hey,
The title of this episode
time
is
out.
Big Wood and Platinum Antlers. So I'm
Oh
just saying,
god.
Lakers finally filled that. Damn, I wish I would have used a different word. The
You know
Lakers
what? I was about to
finally.
be offended, but then I'm like, I don't mind being the special guest on the Big Wood episode. That's not bad marketing. So
Oh,
I
Good for
appreciate
you.
that. I
We really
appreciate
going
that.
there, huh?
Appreciate,
Oh, okay.
that is funny.
appreciate
Hey,
that.
Really
Christian
going
Wood,
there.
Shout out Real Talk. This is
real.
funny.
Hey,
I
we're
You're
the this is
appreciate you,
awesome.
second week in
Zen.
a
I
row. We need that
appreciate
blue.
you.
We need that Blue Chew sponsorship ASAP. Okay. Um,
Okay.
but anyway, hey, but you know what? Christian Wood, he's a Laker. We've been speculating for a long time, all summer, about that 14th roster spot. Robbie P did his thing. I'm not. Look, I think he's the best player that was left on the market available for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I don't think he was the best for the team based upon what we need.
Mm.
KB,
Huh?
I see you. This
Hmm?
okay? Go ahead. Okay, let me
What?
explain. Before
What?
I get to you, let me explain why.
All right, all right, all
Because
right.
okay, Christian Wood, I feel that he's the best player available, but we know we needed a big man, but we also needed someone with some toughness. We also needed someone with some better defense. I was looking for a goon. I was looking for a player that, when you're just not gonna fuck with him. And I thought Biombo he would have provided a little more balance. We got a lot of finesse guys. We don't.
Biombo.
I thought Biombo would have been a better fit for the team.
Tag me in,
KB, you
coach.
disagree. Go ahead. I know
Tag
you
me in,
disagree.
coach. You tagging me in? Okay,
I'm
cool.
tagging you
Tagged
in,
in.
coach.
Cool. Tagged in.
Mm.
Look here, man. I know you did not just say
Yes, sir.
Biombo is what
Bismack
we really
Biombo.
needed. Look,
Wait,
this
KB. Rebel, repeat your words. You said the best guy available, but
Yeah, he was the best player, but I don't
Oh,
think he
yeah.
she
was the
must
best
agree.
fit for the
Huh.
Laker. Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
think he was the best fit for the Laker.
Okay, so the reason why I disagree with that statement, and I think he is the best fit for the Lakers, and he was the best guy available, is because one, you can't teach 6'10", you can't teach 7'3" wingspan, and you can't teach a guy who's never played with a defensive like freaking monster in AD. Like, a lot of people are like, I don't like this lineup, but you're going to see an AD, a Christian Wood, LeBron James, and you'll possibly see like a Torian Prince and Gabe Vincent type of lineup. The reason why is because all of them can make shots anywhere on the court. 80, I'm not so sure from 3-point ever since the championship run we had, but I think with a lot of the weight that he lost a little bit and kind of like worked on his core and everything, I think he's going to improve on his 3-point shot. With Christian Wood, he can shoot and score on a dime. He definitely is blocking anything that comes to the rim, but he never had that the back end coverage or that what's called the drop coverage that AD provides. So when you talk about Bismack Biyombo, okay, cool, he can get a rebound, but he ain't hitting no jump, he ain't hitting no midi. He's not hitting a 3-pointer. He's not doing anything besides rebounding the ball for you. And if you're thinking I'm not doing that. That Christian Wood can't do that. I'm not saying anymore. I'm saying
Christian.
CW. I'm just saying CW.
Right.
Y'all know what I mean. That CW can provide for this team. Then I don't know I don't know what you're looking at, because a lot of people keep doing this, and we've had this conversation, Zen. I've had this conversation with many people before. You cannot keep judging Seawood on what he's done on all the past teams he's been on. He's on a new team. He's with a new whole entire squad that fits what he can do, and he's gonna flourish with this team. All he needs is time to gel, and I think this training camp and preseason is going to help him. But we keep on looking back at what we're used to seeing, not what he's going to do for the
But that's
squad.
not what
That's where I
Rebel
land my squad.
did.
Well, real quick, before I respond, to you, if you're gonna say the last name, you got to say the first name. You can't abbreviate
I said
the first
C-Wood.
name.
He's so
Yeah,
No, I said
yeah,
CW. No, CW,
No,
CW,
yeah, you
CW,
can't because
CW.
just it's
CW.
like
That's it.
yeah.
CW.
Okay, now this is it. Didn't we say it many times that Anthony Davis was our defense last year?
Yeah, he was, but he didn't have what. But look at this though. What did we not have last year that we have this year?
The two forwards and TP and Vando.
We have no, Tone, you're getting to it. We have a plethora of wings.
Mhm.
We've never had anybody on this team that was what I think shorter than LeBron and Vando and Rui. Now we got LeBron, we got Vando, we got Prince, we got what Cam Reddish. Like we gotta really look at the wings we have and what the lineup I told you about. You have over what if you put Christian Wood, AD, LeBron James, Torian Prince, even Vando and Gabe Vincent. You have at least 4 people in that starting lineup that have 7-foot wingspan or more. Like you gotta really look
Gabe
at
Vincent.
the not Gabe Vincent. I'm just saying 4 people. The other not Gabe Vincent,
guard,
4.
period.
So with Gabe Vincent being on the court, you have a shooter who can get to the rim, but all he literally has to do is spot up and watch LeBron James get to the rim where he kicks it out for a jump shot. So that's all you gotta do. Like Zid, I know what you're saying, but look. I'm just gonna ask this question, and this is gonna answer I'm gonna leave it there. Zid, are you basing what Christian Wood has done based on what the other teams he's been on, and not the potential he can do for our team?
I'm going off of what he had. Here's the thing about defense. Defense is effort.
Okay.
Defense is not necessarily a skill. Defense is effort. So
right.
He hasn't played. He hasn't done he hasn't done it. He hasn't
Zen,
done it.
are the tools there? Are his physical tools there to be a good defender?
They must not be.
Every single look. If you're above 6'4", every player has the tools, with the exception of T-Rex.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's
not true.
Not D-Lo.
Every single player in this league.
Some people are too slow-footed, Zen. They're too slow-footed. D-Lo will never be a good defender.
D-Lo
will never be a good defender.
Ever. Okay. And he's 6'5". Yeah. You said everybody above 6 foot.
For Christian
Luka will never be a good defender.
Ever.
He got to get off the Twinkies first.
Bro, it's not gonna help, bro. It's just, that ain't it. It's just he don't know what a slide. He don't know what a defensive slide is.
Right.
Okay. He don't know what a defensive slide is.
Okay, so you're saying with Christian Wood, the tools are there for him to become a defender.
Yes.
And he's never had a coach that applied that pressure. Yeah. Did you see the interview that Jason Kidd did about Christian Wood? Basically, like, well, we ain't gonna miss him. You sure about that? Like, you sure? Hey, come on, man. Like. Christian Wood has been getting disrespected for that.
Cuban, I think he was also being a company man because Mark Cuban had an interview. I think it was on Paul George podcast.
Yeah,
that he was pretty much just said that hey, there was guys that was playing for themselves who were in contract years and they weren't trying to do what was best for the team. He pretty much called out.
Was taking a shot. Yeah, I get that.
Look, I feel okay about the signing. I think Bismack provides something that we didn't. EJ, how you feel about this?
I get you, Rebel.
I would say, Zen, I am absolutely opposed to you on this take that you have about Christian Wood. This is a great signing for the Los Angeles Lakers. It provides us so many more options to play with as far as lineups. It also allows Vando to be on the court longer because we have a 5 that can space out and shoot. So his non-shooting factor isn't as big of a problem if you also have a big out there with him that can also shoot. So Vando gets more minutes as a POA defender, something that we desperately need on this team, because as much as we all love Austin, we saw what happened. Also, Dennis is gone. Yes. So Vando minutes are very important, and Christian Wood, his ability, like I said, to stretch the floor is going to be allow us to let Vando play more. Also, the games when AD isn't there or available, bro, we have a guy that can step in and dead ass give us 20 and 10, like reliably give us 20 and 10. Christian Wood is a really good offensive player. He shoots the 3 ball tremendously well on decent volume. You know what I'm saying? He can get rebounds. He's not a great man-to-man defender, but he can block a shot or two. You know what I'm saying? So there are games to where sometimes you just got to outscore people. It just is what it is. It's 82 games. Some of the games go like that. Having a weapon like Christian Wood is definitely going to aid us in those type of games. And even like KB said, KB was preaching on a Sunday night, pin your cash app or whatever. But him having AD, he's never been next to AD. He's probably never had a POA like Vando because he was here in Houston. I live in Houston. I remember them Rockets teams. Teams was not good, buddy. These teams were not good that Christian Wood was playing on. So, yeah, great addition by the Lakers. And I'm expecting a championship now because of the Christian Wood sign.
Ooh, you heard it here first. Stamp it and run with it.
How you feeling? So, all right, I'm in the minority. Tony, how are you feeling?
No, I ain't gonna leave you hanging, Rebels. So what I'll do is I'll play neutral because I understand Rebels' point and then I understand KB and Real Talk's point. So from Rebels' point, I do see what he's saying. I would say it's never not going to be a need for us to have someone who can space the floor, someone who can shoot well. And I'll counter even what Real Talk said. To me, especially as a 5, he is better than decent. This man shot about 38% from 3 for his career. So that's even more than reliable, especially for what we have experienced the last several seasons as an LA fan. You know what I'm saying? So to Rebel's point, I wouldn't say he's not a need, but I did envision more of a Bismack bruiser. You know, Christian Wood is not a Draymond. Christian Wood is not an Aaron Gordon. You know what I'm saying? Christian Wood is not a who's Michael Jordan's little bodyguard. His name is Oakley.
Oakley.
Christian Wood is not an Oakley.
Charles Oakley.
You know what I'm saying? So I can see where he's coming from. The aggressive rim protector. You know what I'm saying? Someone who, like I said, is gonna kind of have your superstars back. Who's gonna, get the crowd going. Don't get me wrong. Not that Christian Wood is incapable of this, but because, like Rebel said, we have a lot of finesse. We weren't expecting to add more to the finesse spot. We were expecting to add more to the toughness category. Now to KB and Real Talk's point though, like I said, you can never go wrong with having a player that provides what Christian Wood provides, especially in addition to the 5 spot. You know what I'm saying? To the big guy spot that, he can basically play, I would say, the 4 and the 5. I won't even give him the 3 because of his defense, but for the 4 and the 5, he can fill in that role effectively. And the main thing I could say to highlight, for one, like KB said, when AD is not there, which is something I did not think of. Trust me, Christian Wood is going a longer way than a Bismack Biyombo. You know what I'm saying? Then who else were we caping for? JaVale McGee, part 10. As far as LA is concerned. And I would say that hopefully if AD does get his wishes to play the 4 again and have C Wood there play the 5 spot mostly, maybe we can be able to unlock AD, like you guys said, with the weight loss and him working on his mechanics. Maybe we do get a glimpse of his championship run again. And all in all, again, another point to highlight is Christian Wood was never on a team that looks like this. We got the wings that we needed. You know what I'm saying? The defensive additions that we have needed. Again, the spacing that we have now and just having superstars. Yes, he's played with AD in New Orleans, but that New Orleans team didn't even look like this LA team. Having that superstar, those superstars next to him like LeBron and AD, which is not a small feat. This is not let's see this is not Luka and Kyrie, and that's no disrespect to those guys. These are guys who can play both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. Someone in Braun who can see the floor so well, make sure Seawood is in the spots he needs to be in to be effective offensively without Seawood having to, go ISO, back anyone down. You know what I'm saying? Again, especially with the spacing, Seawood will find a lot of open opportunities to get his shine and play the way, Mark Cuban was accusing him of playing, but it will look better because it's going to be conducive to a winning team. Again, the roster construct that he has now around him, and that goes for all those guys, Cam, Gabe, even the way Gabe had to show out last year in the finals is not something he has to do. These are not burdens they have to carry. This is not, we're in a drought. This is not, Luka's limping. You know what I'm saying? I got to make something work. I got to make something shake. Dorian Finney ain't hitting. Hardaway ain't hitting. Reggie Bullock ain't hitting. this roster construct is a lot of, again, a lot for a lot of guys on this team that has never seen anybody on a LeBron team. Again, especially the way Rob has been able to do the things he's done this offseason, it's going to benefit a lot of guys. So, Rebel, I'm not going to leave you hanging, but I do have my foot out the door. I definitely see where these guys are coming from and see what is him as far as what we needed and what he's going to do and provide for us once the season gets going.
Trying to tell you, Tony, how people be talking, it's like we shouldn't even have signed them.
No, I'm
No,
cool
they
with the
tripping.
signing. Just not my preference.
I get you, Rebel.
I hear you.
Rebel.
No, Zen, I hear you. But the thing is, it's just like Biyombo would do two things for us: defensive, be able to be a defensive anchor when AD's on the bench, and rebound. That's it. He can't score the ball.
Right.
We need somebody who does multiple things.
Who's the bruiser on the Nuggets? Who's the bruiser?
I said AG. I gave it to AG. I gave it to Jit, who left that went to Indiana. I'll give it
Bruce
to those
Brown.
two. Yeah, I'll give it to those two, AG and Bruce Brown. Which
How
I
you
guess
call
we
it
have
6'5" a bruiser. That's what I'm saying.
He's tough. He's
Killed me,
This
man.
isn't,
We don't have a
I
scrappy
don't think
Very
those
much.
are as necessary as they used to be. They're not as necessary as they used to be.
Right.
not the way the team is constructed now, but it was definitely necessary. It was most definitely necessary for this Lakers team. I think it would have went a long way, especially in that Denver series.
This is what I believe, and I agree with everything everybody gave takes on. Are we taking into to account that Vando grew 2 inches? He was 6'8", now he's 6'10". So
I don't
that's
believe in that shit
another.
when they put that type of shit in the media. This man is 20-something years old. The nigga ain't grow anymore.
I'm trying to tell you, he did. Here's a picture. He's taller than Rui now. I'm trying to tell you,
When he
he's
combed
tall.
his hair out.
I don't know.
I think he got taller. Well, no. If Phil Handy saying he got taller, then I believe. Phil Handy said.
It's a report every year that Jason Tatum grew an inch.
Hello.
I don't know.
I believe Jason Tatum is 6'9", 6'10" with shoes. So I mean, yeah.
Well, all right. Let me ask you guys this, because Tonnaaayy, you alluded to it. That's something on the rundown, but AD, he made reports this past week that he wants to play less time at the 5. With him saying that, was Christian Wood the right choice, considering AD wants to play less time at the 5? EJ.
I plead the 5th.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can answer that.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said does he want to play less time at the? He wants to play less time at the 5 and more at the 4.
AD said he wants to play less time at the 5. He said that to the front office, saying, "Hey,
this is your best point, Zen. This is your best point."
This is what I'm talking about.
Look,
told the front office, right? When time of the extension, he said, "Hey, I want to play less time at the 5 next season." So, with that said, is Christian Wood, which by the way used to be my my username on Christian Singles, but anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Is Christian Wood the signing that you want to make when Anthony Davis tells you, "I want to spend less time at the 5"?
So wild, man. This is a wild boy.
I mean, I would say, look, if AD is going to play the 4 and you put Christian Wood in, then yes, then okay, yeah. But the fact that he said he doesn't want to play, he wants to play less time at the 5 and more at the 4. I mean, okay, cool. We won't play you 99% of the time. Maybe we'll play you 90% of the time at the 5. Like, it's like you're not gonna play the whole game as the 5. Well, we'll put you at the 4 sometimes. Like AD, look, this is what AD wants. AD wants to win, and AD wants to win well, so he doesn't have to run that much. That's all AD wants to do. So with the players we got, he won't.
About him being bruised up down low, you know what I'm saying? And again, that is not something that Christian Wood is going to provide, you know what I'm saying?
At all.
I think we're still going to go through AD as far as our defensive anchor, and I think he does that defensive responsibility that he has. I think he does that more well at the 5 spot as opposed to the 4 spot. And no, Christian Wood does not take that, I don't know, liability or again responsibility off of him. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Offensively, yes. Defensively, no. AD's still going to be under the basket. You know what I'm saying? AD's still going to be that, help defender to always swing. And I love that about him. He does that very, very well, but I can understand how taxing that is. And it probably takes away from him offensively, which is something he probably wants to unlock. He does not want to be stuck down low for 99 or even 90% of these games. KB, you say he's going to play more games. How do you think that's going to happen if, again, he's putting his body through the same thing he has been doing for the last 4 seasons?
I can add context to that. The reason why I think he's going to play more games and he'll be a lot more healthier than he is
why? Because he's making boxing videos now?
No, not even that. I do think he did work on worked on trying to make sure he's running a lot so he won't be fatigued as much. But also, a lot of these games that we're going to be playing against, I think we're going to win relatively by a lot, and we're going to do it the right way that requires us to use our bench to end the games, then use AD and LeBron. So I think AD and LeBron won't be playing 40-minute games.
Remember, I said this in the playback. We are definitely like a victim, a proponent. We're like hanging fruit for that phrase. Like, this roster on paper looks so good, that shit can really slap us in our face. For whoever thinks we're going to just be blowing these teams out by a large margin that is not named the Hornets. That's like the only team, and maybe Portland. I don't think that's happening. Not by so much so that the bench is closing the entire fourth quarter. Maybe 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. But remember, the competition for the NBA has, spruced up a lot over the years. These young guys go out there and they definitely compete. Did you forget didn't we have double overtime games with the Pistons last year?
That's not happening
anymore. Trust, yeah. But I don't believe, we're just going to be leading by 25 by the end of the third quarter. No.
Oh, no.
Worse. And like I said, granted, we got these wings. You know what I'm saying? We got a better defensively on the perimeter, which was a dire need. But AD, again, like I said, he's still going to be doing a lot of the things. I think he's still going to be doing or carrying a lot of the defensive load. Like I said, same as he's done like the last 4 seasons, which is something I think he was trying to shy away from a bit. Instead of that 90% that you said he'll probably still get, I think he wanted to reduce it maybe 75, 65.
Well, this is where I'm gonna this is where I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna pass it on to Real Talk. So I believe this is just how it's gonna be today, and this I'm pretty sure everybody you guys can kind of see where I'm going. If LeBron James is playing 39 to 38 to 37 minutes per game for the season, we are not winning a chip because he's going to be too gassed by the time we reach playoffs. Excuse me. If LeBron James is playing 30 to 33 minutes a game, that's good. AD doesn't have an excuse. He's young. LeBron should not be playing close to 40 minutes per game. If we can close out games, not even up by 25, but if we can take care of the game through 1 through 3 quarters, that means LeBron James and them only have to play what? There's how many minutes in a quarter? 12. So if LeBron James and them play 4 minutes, that means your bench can close the rest of the 8 minutes. But that's how the Lakers have to play. I can't say with the roster we got, we're going to do so, but that's going to be the formula for us to be able to go to the championship. We have to take care of games first in the regular season. And I think, a big proponent with that was when we got our new roster after the deadline, we went 8-2? Real talk, or everybody up in here, we went 8-2 or whatever it was.
We had a fair run, yeah.
And we had our defense jumped up to a new level because we got Vando. Now imagine having Prince, Christian Wood. Who else do we get? We got Jackson Hayes. You know what I mean? We have a whole bunch of other players that we can rely with and go to do and I think that'll help.
That's fair.
I think that'll help. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say that AD is going to play less 5 or less 4. Whatever helps us to win games to where we can rest our best players and put our bench in to finish the game, because AD and LeBron should not be playing 48 minutes per game. Maybe against the Suns, maybe against the Nuggets, Kings, but everybody else in the West, the Dubs, I'm sorry. I can't respect a team like that until they show me they can do something with no center. I just can't, because Looney still isn't a center to me. He's a power forward. He just is. But I gotta give them respect because they won in 2022. But
Yeah,
them
like
signing
did they
Chris
just win
Paul,
a championship?
yeah, them signing Chris Paul after winning 22, I give them respect for the win that championship. But they got a totally different team now, so I can't do that. But no, but real talk, what do you think though for the AD question?
Um, I think
You
it's
still
just
pleading the fifth,
unfortunate that
brother?
nah. I just think it's unfortunate that AD doesn't play the position that, or wants to play the position that he's just best at for this team. Because we're just a better team when he's at the 5. But can we get away with some Seawood at the 5 minutes if AD's playing and Bron's playing? I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could get away with it. Yeah, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm sure really the biggest deal for him was being able to drop weight. I think that since he's come to LA, we've asked him to play center, so he put on some more weight. And then to me, it's not a surprise that this has been his like most injury prone seasons of his career. Because I think he's been used to playing at a certain weight his whole because he was definitely smaller in New Orleans. And although he did have like knick-knack injuries in New Orleans, he wasn't missing the amount of time that he's missed in these LA seasons. So I think he just wanted to be able to drop weight, be a little bit more mobile, quick. And also players that do put on muscle and strength, they do tend to lose their shot. I actually think that's something that's happened to Giannis. If you look at like his earlier seasons when he was much smaller, his jumper was, I mean, he wasn't a great jump shooter then, but it was just a lot more fluid than what it is now. Kind of same with Russ. Early OKC Russ had a midi. As Russ has gotten older, he's elected to put on muscle, and now his jumper is a bit wacky. So I think he wants to lose weight, be a better jump shooter, be quicker, more mobile, and so I mean I'm happy. I'm happy with it either way. Like I said, I think we'll get away with some minutes with somebody else at the 5.
All I'm saying. That's it.
Absolutely. We shall see. We shall see how this turns out. But um look, we mentioned it earlier, and I'm really looking forward to this part of the conversation. Chris Paul, he had an interview. He sat down with Rich
Rich
Paul,
Paul.
excuse me. You know what? They're both
Yeah,
short.
Rich.
They're both short, but yeah,
Wow.
no. Yeah, but Rich Paul,
Chris Paul
Rich
is 6'1". Respect him.
No, he ain't 6'1", man. He ain't 6'1".
Chris
He
Paul
is.
is
He
6'1".
is. He is. He's tall.
I've
He's
seen him
tall.
in
Really?
person. Chris Paul is taller than what you think. Yes, I'm
Man,
telling
He's
I
you.
thought
taller.
he's like
He's tall.
5'9".
He just out
You
there
thought wrong.
with
You
them
thought
other
wrong.
giants.
Yeah,
All
you thought
right.
wrong.
Well, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Same thing as we think. Was it Curry short? He's pretty tall in person. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Curry's
Yeah,
not
no, Curry's
short at
different.
all. Curry's
No,
a
no,
solid
definitely.
6'3.5".
Well, I
Exactly. He
stand
is tall.
corrected.
Yeah.
Rich Paul did
There
an
you go.
interview in on Gilbert Arenas and Josiah's podcast, Gil's Arena, and it was a dope conversation. I really loved what he said just about how the mindset in a player getting drafted. He was really a proponent of, hey, it's about the fit, not how high you can go. He also talked about how the sneaker game has changed. So he was really dropping some knowledge, really dropping some knowledge. But the thing that he said that went viral, sparked a lot of conversation on Twitter,
Mm-hmm,
is when he said,
mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan and LeBron James are both GOATs, but LeBron's antlers are made in platinum and Jordan's antlers are made in gold. And I listened to his reason. He sat down there with Gilbert Arenas. He sat down there with Rashad McCants. He sat down there with Kenyon Martin. And, he gave his reasons. He asked him how many NBA finals that they went to. And Kenyon, how many finals did you go to? And was it tough? And it sparked some feelings. it sparked some feelings. And I was listening to folks, and I said, you know what? I hit up Real Talk. I knew Tonnaaayy was going to join us this week, and Tonnaaayy has LeBron as her GOAT. I know. And here's the funny thing about Real Talk, and Real Talk on Twitter. A lot of folks says he hate on LeBron, but he has him at number one. So
talk about it, Zen.
People
talk
accuse
about
you of
it.
hate. No, and guess what? I'm gonna say this right now, and I know I'm gonna say this right now. No one in particular, but if it applies to you, then hey, if the shoe fits.
Ah, shit. Are you
I'm
about to
sorry.
blow my DMs up, Zen?
No, let's just go.
He about to blow up the spot.
I'm just gonna say this.
Man.
LeBron James. I'm looking on this thing right now on the history of the league. Right now, I'm getting a whole bunch of there's a lot of this disparities in the numbers. According to Coaching Kids, in the history of the league, there's been 4,706 players. That's as of February 2022. History of the NBA, 4,706. Sportskeeper says as of November 2022, there's been around 4,434. You add that, move forward, players drafted, international, whatever, undrafted. Let's just say about 4,500 players in the history of the league. Now, if I tell Tonnaaayy, hey, I have LeBron at number 2, she's gonna take it as an insult. So this is what I'm gonna say, and let's just do it. I think LeBron fans are the weakest fans in the NBA. I didn't think there would be anything worse than Westbrook fans, because I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are just delusional. No.
Look
I
at
think
Tonnaaayy.
LeBron
Look at
fans are the
Tonnaaayy.
worst. Tonnaaayy, go ahead. Because let me tell you why I say that. Is because at no point that Rich Paul was saying this whole platinum and gold shit did he talk about winning. Like,
well, don't ask fucking Rich Paul then. There's a million other motherfuckers than Rich Paul who works for and works under LeBron and who is his friend and has all this bias going through him. But his word ain't gold. Why we gotta be weak, Zen?
But yes, but here's the thing. A lot of folks on Twitter are having conversations where they're using what he said as a reason why LeBron is better.
What else do you expect Rich Paul to say, Zen? Zen, what do you think he's going to say? What do you think he's going to say? That's his friend, business partner, client, whole reason I'm rich. Like, what else you think I'm about to say about this man?
Okay, here's the thing. So I'm not surprised. He said what he was supposed to say. Okay, he said what he was supposed to say. I get it.
Right.
But when I listened to what I really took away from was his reason. And then you add that to the everyday conversation, MJ versus Jordan. And it's just like, wait, hold on. It's like it's never anything to do with winning. And I'm just thinking like, okay, Tom Brady in football, he's considered a GOAT. One of the reasons why he's considered a GOAT, he won the most. Okay.
But people were saying he was the GOAT like at 4 though. 4 or 5.
Yeah, but even when he had 4, he had the most. So even at 4, so
that
it wasn't
the most at that time.
Well, he was still in a winning conversation.
No one has more than 4. I mean, no one has more than 4.
Joe,
so
4. Does Joe have 4?
Yeah, no one has more than 4. So Joe Montana has 4. Terry Bradshaw has 4. So, but even when Tom Brady got to 4, they were calling him the GOAT, but he was tied for the most. If you go to golf, Jack Nicholson, Tiger Woods, they're usually in the conversation as the GOATs. A lot of people still say Jack, but when they say Jack, they say 18 majors. I just watched a guy. Oh, real quick, shout out to Djokovic. He just won his 24th major. We're talking about tennis, And soon as he won and he hugged his family, he got on the court.
Coco.
He put on a Kobe shirt because he won his 24th major. Mamba mentality forever. You guys know the vibes. But look,
respect.
Djokovic. They call him the GOAT because he won the most.
Shout out Coco. Seeing?
Oh, yes. Shout out Coco. You know what's funny?
Shameless plug.
I watched that.
Queen.
I watched that yesterday. Shout out to Coco. She won her first major. So on the women's side, she won her first major. On the men's side, Djokovic tied a record for most ever for men and women. But
and he's still not
Coco.
better than Nadal.
Not at all. Not yeah, but it's that one's tough. That's a whole conversation. That's a whole different conversation. But that one's tough. No, because Nadal, like, you know, you just like king of clay. Just can you imagine just having to say, hey, look, no matter where you go on earth, if there's clay on the ground, I'm the best. Like you own a whole surface. You own a whole surface. That's just ridiculous. But
he's not better than Federer. He's not better than Federer either.
Oh man, see that's when you get.
That was my favorite player, though. That was my favorite player. So y'all can say whatever you want to say. But but he had the most swag I've ever seen on the tennis court.
Oh yeah, with the blazer, with that white blazer. Nah, yeah. But
even the way he did his backhands was like, oh, the sauce on the backhand.
Oh yeah. Going back to Mr. James. When I'm listening to Rich Paul, and I'm just like, when it comes to LeBron and this endless debate, why is winning never in the equation? But for any other athlete that's in a GOAT conversation, winning is the first thing that is brought up.
That's fair. The thing is I think because it's not like, first of all, it's not like he is not a winner. He hasn't won as many times as the rest. But I think the point that a lot of fans try to make, even biased ones, neutral ones, whatever you want to call them, is that he's been there. It's not that he hasn't gotten there. It's not like he's fallen short a million times. He has gotten there, 11, 12 times? And has been the underdog. How many times out of those? I can't say how many times Tom has been an underdog. I can't say how many times these great tennis players has been an underdog. It's almost expected. With some of the rosters that have been around LeBron, it hasn't been expected. 2018 was not expected when Kyrie left. 2007 was not expected. For this kid to be 23 years old, 22, 23, and demolish Detroit the way he did was not expected. So I think that's what kind of makes the whole winning conversation different. Like I said, especially because he is a winner. He just hasn't done it 5 or 6 times. 4. It's not like he's fallen that much shorter of these two. And then mind you, Kobe has been there 5 and has won 5, right? Or has been there 6 and have won 5.
6.
No, Kobe went there 7.
Okay, so Kobe's 5 of 7. What about Magic? What's Magic's percentage?
I want to say
I believe he's 5 of 9.
5 of 9.
Okay, 5 and 9. Jerry West is what?
1 and 8.
1 and 8.
1 and 9, something like that.
May I continue? Jordan, to me, I ain't even trying to be an asshole. Again, that is not my time, and I have no problem saying that. He's got there 6. He's got lucky 6 times and have won 6 times. No, luck ain't got everything to do with it.
Lucky.
Listen, Linda. Luck ain't got everything to do with it. But one of the main things I always say when I look at these other winners, one thing that I feel like that is undeniable, if Bron had the benefit of the organization and the general management that a lot of these other winners have, i.e. Tom, i.e. Magic, i.e. fucking Jordan, you fucking name it, i.e. Steph.
He did, though.
To be able
he did.
You shut me right the fuck up because who? Because who? What team?
He does. I'll tell you. He decided to leave. Miami is a great organization with a great GM and a great head coach. And he decided to leave.
So while Dwayne Wade still got his bad knees and Chris Bosh went through his health issues, how much longer did they have on those contracts?
They clearly showed that they were willing to get off Wade. But they were but let's be serious. Traded Wade.
So let's be serious though. You think Bron and Wade himself is going to say, "Okay, you know what, dog? I know you want to win. I'm going to part ways from my city and leave. The main reason why he left was the money. But if Braun was still there, he might have probably took a pay cut, stayed, and, took up some roster space. But that was his second guy in command. So who can you think, what year was that? What, 2014, 2015-ish? So who was up and coming at that time that we were going to sign, who was going to be willing to come to Miami, play behind Braun, and possibly Wade with a smaller dollar amount?
Well, I mean, we saw that Wade was already on the decline, right? So if they got another number 2 and Wade slides to the 3,
and who was it? That's why I said, who was on the come up? Who was going to be the second number 2? I would have to go
back to 2014. I don't remember 2014 that vividly.
And
I apologize.
If you guaranteeing that Pat Riley was going to be able to construct a roster that was going to take them back. If LeBron didn't quote unquote carry himself, because I'm not even going to do the carrying thing, but if LeBron didn't quote unquote carry himself, especially look at the way LeBron liked the team construction back then, they were going to be able to find him a guard and a 1 or 2 and a 4 or a 5 that was going to be able to do the things that Kevin Love and Kyrie were able to do for him, that was going to guarantee them another spot in the Eastern Conference, that was going to be Paul George.
This is what I can say. This is what I could say. I would have had absolute faith that Pat Riley in Miami, by the way, it's not like he's living in Cleveland. They're in Miami. Pat Riley could have constructed a championship team around me. Yes, I would have had confidence in that. I would have had confidence in that.
Somebody give it to me. When he went back to the finals immediately the year after. When? So you telling me instead of Cleveland, right? If LeBron stayed in Miami, he was going to go back.
Kyrie and brought Kevin Love.
That's my point. So if he stayed in Miami, he was going to go back to the finals immediately. The year after they just lost his Spurs, he was going to go back to the finals immediately.
You just went to 4 straight with him. You're supposed to be in the finals every year?
But with them, he wasn't going to have them. Chris Bosh was experiencing health issues. Wade's knees were done. See, he wasn't going to
moved on. They would have moved on.
How quickly? So who? Raise your hand in the room if you're going to trade for Chris Bosh and his blood clots.
Oh no.
Well, remember this.
Okay, raise your hand if you're gonna trade for Dwayne Wade's $24 million.
So wait, hold on. Remember,
he went somewhere. They literally sent him to another team.
He had to walk.
You know it on the Bulls.
Do you think he was gonna walk if LeBron stayed? He was not gonna walk. And who are we gonna sign? Was PG gonna come? Who else? Name your number 1 and number 2. Who else?
I don't know. You're asking me from 2014, 15 who was coming. I don't know. I can't answer the question right now.
There was no one.
But you supposed to. So because so even in your example, so because he can't put a championship team around me this 1 year, granted, we just went to the finals 4 straight times. We just went to the. Okay.
My nigga went back 4 straight times after that. There was no waiting. There was no gap in between. We ain't got time for that.
Cleveland. He only won one of the 4 in Cleveland.
The point, like I said before, the point I was making before, forget about being a winner. I had an opportunity to win. It was no more. That man has not had a first or second round exit until he got back to LA. And again, had to deal with injuries or a poor roster construction. Because outside of that young team,
I was responding to you because LeBron fans, I used to think y'all are the worst. I used to be there with Zen, but then because I flipped my opinion, I actually found out it's actually you Jordan niggas. But back to this topic. The point I was making is that you said he's never had a top flight organization or whatever. I said that is not true. He left one. He went to one. He decided to leave. And he said it's because he wanted to go home and stuff like that. That's cool. That's his decision. But he played on the Miami Heat still to this day is a top flight organization in the league.
Give you that. You're right. I got passionate. I'll tell you that. You're not wrong. I will not take away that Pat Riley does what he's supposed to do. That Miami Heat culture is very well respected. He's done he's done a great job as a general manager in Miami, right? But again, there was no time. There was no gap years. He saw something brewing in Cleveland and gave him an opportunity to not only go home, win their first championship, which again adds to the legacy to me, that adds to this Jordan LeBron debate, gave a team a championship that has never had a run in what was it, 70 something years until they won at that point in 2016. But I guarantee you he was going to have at least 2 gap years. Look at how long it took Riley to get Jimmy and even be able to build around Jimmy. Draft Bam. That was not something that was going to happen in 10 seconds after having to get rid of Bosch's contract. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, Wade was not just going to up and leave the same way he did. It was more like, now I'm here by myself again, Pat. And you can't even give me the respect as a person who had a long tenure, a person who helped you build this city to what it was. That's why Wade walked. He was not walking if LeBron stayed. And to me, that's a nice 2-year gap of him probably not having the opportunity to compete for a championship again. Not the way he did in Cleveland. He went to 4 straight in Miami and went to 4 straight more in Cleveland. That's the problem. The problem, he did not have the benefit.
What's the problem that you didn't go to the finals 2 years?
Because he did not have the benefit of going 6 straight because of a good organization, the way a good general management, the way Jordan had. That did not that went from whoever the fuck their center was before.
Riley is one of the greatest executives ever.
But it was not happening in a 2-year time span, coming off a superstar with no knees and a superstar with health issues that just
how do you know what Pat Riley could have done? How do you know what Pat Riley could have done?
Okay, well, I've seen it with the opportunity. Now he had all that cap space, right? All 3 of them left. How long did it take him to build this team?
Not that long, actually.
So quiet, quickly?
Hold on, wait a minute, because hold on, because I remember the year.
Baby.
No, I'm actually I'm a bit behind y'all. I'm lagging a little bit, but anyway.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, my bad. You're right.
Correct. Yeah. So, that year, the first year LeBron leaves, I want to say they were off to like a winning record and were going to make the playoffs before the Chris Bosh blood clot thing happened. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say that was how that was happening. I think they missed the playoffs 1 year. The season after that, the next season after that, they were back in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure. I want to say this is just a true statement.
Google is my friend.
Now let's see.
Now, I do. While you guys look up that information, I would like to throw out a number.
There goes Zen.
I would like to throw out. Hey, look, I wasn't getting like Tonnaaayy was just went like super Saiyan. I wasn't getting it. Like, she already got the red hair. I wasn't going to get in that shit. She was like a fucking phoenix. I'm not going to stand. But I do want to throw out a number. I do want to throw out a number to, the LeBron, the LeBron guys, LeBron folks. And that number is 2. That number is 2. Now, when I say number 2, I'm not talking about where I have them on the list, because it's a toss-up between. I have 2-3 between. I think it's Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, or Jordan, Kareem, LeBron. But the reason why I throw out this number 2, and Tonnaaayy or EJ, I would love to get your response to this. Number 2 represents the amount of titles LeBron has won that had a 82-game season. That had a full 82-game season. Now, I heard Tonnaaayy say how much he didn't have the benefit of this. He didn't have the benefit of that. But out of his 4 titles, only 2 of them was from a 82-game season. One was the lockout, and then one was the shortened pandemic. I'm just wondering why Braun fans never bring that shit up. Hey, it's nasty, but
it's a very nasty argument.
I'm sorry. So all these other winners, they were playing all 82 games. I need to know.
No, I'm just wondering.
Because Jordan fans never bring up how he was playing it in expansion league, but go off, buddy.
Wait, hold on. Look,
or that he took a gap year. He decided not to go to college and find himself.
Well, hey, that's that sounds like a personal issue.
No disrespect though to, I know his personal issues as to why he decided to kind of break away from basketball for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So I won't poke fun at that. But continue, Rebel. My
Well,
bad.
okay. Well, look. Now that first
Yeah, they
retirement.
gambling habit.
Hey, look.
No, come on.
Look.
His
Here's
dad's
the thing.
passing. That's what I was alluding to.
His pops passed away. Now,
Yeah.
I know that one. Yeah.
his pops passed away. Now the next.
If y'all want to believe the David Stern version, you can go right ahead, buddy.
Well, look. At the end, look. I just look at it like this. At the end of the day, no matter what, his pops passed away. So even if it's connected to the gambling, not. So if he says, "Hey, my pops passed away," okay, cool. I'll take you at your word. Now, here's the thing: the second retirement in after 98. Now, Tonnaaayy,
Phil Jackson, right? Wasn't the head coach?
Right. Now, Tonnaaayy, you just justified why LeBron left the Heat because, hey, the organization, like he wasn't going to have a chance to win. Jordan said, nah, look, I'm not going to play for any other coach besides Phil Jackson. He saw the instability in the organization and was just like, you know what, man, I won 6. All right, cool. Fuck it. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go chill. So Jordan did the same thing as LeBron by leaving. Now LeBron didn't retire, but I'm just saying there's a little similarities there. They both, when there wasn't stability in the organization, they both decided to take a different route.
And I won't even say there wasn't necessarily stability in Miami. Those two things were kind of out of Pat Riley's control. I mean, I guess not so much the whole D Wade and the contract issue or the money issue, but no one expected Chris Bosh, like you guys said, healthy Chris Bosh and that Miami team are still on their way to a winning record and playoffs and possibly whatever else after that. But Jordan fans usually don't bring up that gap year stuff, but again, what I think helps cement LeBron's legacy, especially as one of the greatest. I don't care whatever order you have it in. We're not going to pretend like he's not one of the greatest, but it's the fact that he went home and was able to do something that no other NBA player was able to do for the city of Cleveland. I don't care with or without Kevin Love, Kyrie, whomever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I kind of got to go through these rosters. Okay, 2015, 2016, we got Chris Bosh, Summers, Luol Deng, James Ennis, for God's sake, Tyler Johnson. I think that was the year they drafted Tyler Johnson. Please help me, Jesus. Hassan Whiteside. Hassan was going to be our number 5. So it would have been LeBron, Hassan Whiteside, who was Mario Chalmers again, for Christ's sake. Chris Anderson was still.
So you don't think he constructs that roster differently if LeBron's on the team?
I'm just trying to see who was going to be up to Kyrie and Kevin Love's. I don't know.
So you don't think Pat Riley? You don't think if they saw Bosh on a downslide, you don't think Pat Riley does a sign and trade?
No one saw it. No one saw it. This was like an emergency health issue for Chris Bosh. Sign and trade who?
Yeah, the Chris Bosh one. Yeah, the Chris Bosh one. Yeah,
that was unusual situation.
That's what I'm saying. So there's no one's fault, but baby, I'm gonna get the fuck out of Dodge before it's too late. He didn't see it, but again, fuck the fact that maybe he thought, like Real Talk said, the point was he was combating me on the fact that he didn't have the benefit of a great organization. To me, by this time, this man pretty much took constructing a roster into his own hands, probably within those Miami teams too. Allegedly, if I'm not mistaken, I cannot quote this or source it, but that's some of the reasons why we kept, we had someone like a Shane Battier who was able to stay. You know what I mean? Chris Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, LeBron caped for Birdman to be there, things of that nature, right? And of course, hey, convincing Chris and D Wade, let's stay here and build something here. Not 1, not 2, not 3, and which is he took the same model and went to Cleveland with it too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that helps to me. This constant conversation that we're having about the GOAT debate. But okay, fine. Even if you wanted to give it to Pat Riley, those 4 years, I really don't think that Pat would have been able to re-up as quickly. I am unsure, but I don't think so. But regardless of that, I still think it was more of a benefit for him to go back home and construct the roster that he won with in 2016, the roster that he went to 3 different finals with, the roster that he was able to even still manhandle the East and go on a run by himself in 2018. Outside of Pat, fine. Outside of those 4 years in Miami, what is this guy's name in Cleveland? I can't stand him. The little brute that wrote the whole crybaby letter the first time Braun left.
Oh, Dan Gilbert.
Dan Gilbert.
Before Rob, Magic traded. I don't even remember who he traded for Muscala and Reggie Bullock, for God's sakes. You know what I'm saying? And the years prior to that, you saw I don't know who the GM was that ended up letting Carlos Boozer go, who was his second best option on that Cleveland team. You cannot say the same. And my thing is another thing about this GOAT debate.
Are you talking about his rookie season?
That wasn't his rookie season. I think didn't Carlos stay for like
with
2
Carlos
years?
Boozer?
He stayed with Braun for like 2 years. Yes, with Boozer.
I'm just okay.
But it was still his second base option.
Boozer signed with Utah as a free agent.
They weren't able to retain him. They weren't able to keep him. They weren't able to convince him to come back. And that was the man's second best option. Carlos Boozer, exactly. Out of all motherfucking names at that time of the basketball era, Carlos Boozer was this man's second best option.
I'm not arguing for Cleveland as an organization. That'll never come out of my mouth. But
because
Miami,
I'd be ready to
A1.
combat his player empowerment movement that people try to just mishandle. You know what I'm saying? He had to do it for a reason, to me. Because again, like I said, going back to these GOAT debates, people act like Jordan and Kobe did not threaten their upper heads and stuff like that, their suits and ties in the front offices about not building around them, about not getting them winning rosters. I will walk. Them niggas said that straight up. People act like this did not exist. Just because the organization did what they were supposed to do once those threats were presented doesn't mean it didn't happen. LeBron just made good with it and said, okay, if you can't do it for me, I'll do it for myself. And if you can't give me what I want, when my contract is up, I am gone, period. I'm going to do what I want to do. But before anything else, I want to win.
Why is this logic never flipped as far as like LeBron? And again, I'm going to be viewed as I think LeBron is the greatest player of all time. I really do. But when it comes to constructing his rosters, I do also know that he just, quite frankly, sometimes did not do a good job of it. So I remember in 2018, the Cavs had no cap space because they had deals of J.R. Smith on like a $18 million per deal. They had Tristan Thompson on like a $18, $19 million a year per deal. And so those were two guys that LeBron, when it was time for JR and Tristan's contract time after that championship, he caped hard for those dudes. And then in 2018, J.R. Smith is your starting two, giving you 5 points. And now you want to be like, woe is me, look at my teammates that you had them signed to deals that they were already not trying to give them, but you insisted that those players stayed. That's where I don't. Some of them teams.
I understand.
Together. You right.
I get that. I think that's another reason too why he came for. Listen, don't trade Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if anything, we should have been able to get something, for him if possible. You know what I'm saying? Or did we end up getting something? No, we didn't trade Kyrie. Kyrie walked in his free agent year, right?
I think he got traded. No, he got traded because Isaiah Thomas came from Boston to Cleveland.
Okay, so that's when we got IT and Jay Crowder and stuff. Maybe if someone was offering a better package, but I agree with that. Yes, look, even that AARP team, when he was, don't talk about my squad. Nigga, we gonna talk about your squad. Every nigga on that squad got knees of a 40-year-old. Trevor Ariza, Carmelo Anthony, all these, no offense, like more like players out their prime. I was gonna say washed up, but I'll be nicer. Players out of their prime, yeah, sometimes it didn't work out, but listen, he gonna have to hold himself accountable. But if I had to hold my managers, my bosses, whoever signed my checks accountable for things that have gone wrong, I'm going to be pissed. Now, when it's my fault, I'm taking it on the chin. I'm going to hide my face, bow out gracefully. But if it's your fucking fault and you get paid all these dollars to do what the fuck you're supposed to do, I expect more. And that's just the bottom line, period. I.e. Jordan and Kobe, like I said. You know what I'm saying? We've seen, to me, what Kobe, you know, some of those seasons Kobe had to fucking carry because he had a shitty ass roster around him. He probably would have a lot more than 5 if that didn't happen.
Right, but you're not going to be good every year. Like, y'all are the only. You're not going to win the chip every year. You're not going to go to the finals every year.
But I had a chance 11
because
years.
I'm not doesn't mean okay, but that's cool. But I would rather have less finals appearances and be on a good organization than to have all these finals appearances and I'm dealing with Dan Gilbert and them. Steph would have Tonnaaayy, wouldn't Steph would look crazy if I believe they missed the playoffs in like 2021. He was hurt, Clay was hurt. And then I think they came back, and then they missed the playoffs too. And when they were in the play-in, because they lost to us, and then they lost to the Grizzlies, right? It would have been crazy. It would have been crazy for Steph to be like, "Oh, 2 years in a row, no playoffs. Oh, get me up out of here." He's not leaving Golden State because he knows Golden State is a good organization. Once LeBron got to Miami, and this is a Class A organization, I'm staying. Why am I going back to Cleveland? What am I going back to Cleveland for?
To do something that no one has done and that's the crazy part because Jordan did something that no one else has done in the NBA. I mean, outside of
if Kyrie wasn't in Cleveland, you think he goes back?
No, I get that, but he had the opportunity to do. But real talk, like I said, let's be for real. Again, to me, something that should add to his legacy that maybe no one else highlights because it's not 6 flashy little rings on his finger. He did something that no one else has. I'm talking about all of sports. Flashy little rings on his finger. And I'm going to say it again. I'll say it louder for the bitches in the back. Yes. I'm talking about all of Cleveland sports, not the Cleveland Browns. I don't even know a Cleveland baseball team. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Not the Cleveland Cavaliers, not no Cleveland high school basketball team. He did something nobody in the city of Cleveland has been able to do. That I'm not saying that trumps 6 rings, but why not? The fact that I'm banking on, I could probably win here more with a Class A organization or go win in my hometown. My bread and butter, the city that raised me, that made me the person who I am today. Come on, bro.
But even when he went back to Cleveland, he made sure that he always did those 1+1 deals where it wasn't like he just said, "Hey, I'm here for 4 years, let's build." He did those 1+1 deals where he was literally, for lack of better words, holding the organization by the balls.
By their nuts, right.
Yeah, by their nuts. So, it's like, hey, make moves here. I remember when he and KB helped me out here. I remember when he went back, he did that whole letter to
KB,
Sports
you need to take a nap. That would have looked like.
Hey, close to KB's bedtime. But KB, what was the number one draft pick? What was the number one draft pick? It was they traded Andrew Wiggins, and then what was the other draft pick? Was it Anthony Bennett?
Anthony Bennett.
Okay, I remember when he wrote, and look it up, Tonnaaayy. I remember when he wrote that letter. He said how much he's excited to come home. He mentioned Kyrie Irving and how he's a great young star in this league. He never mentioned Andrew Wiggins. He never mentioned Anthony Bennett. That told me that, they're going to be making trades. They was talking about Kevin Love for a minute. They were going to be making trades. So it wasn't like he went there. He went there with a whole lot of power because he was doing those 1+1 deals. So
of course.
It wasn't like it was out of the
because he went there.
Heart.
No, not at all. But he went there to win. Again, he went there to do something no one else has ever done. There's no time to waste. There's no gap years involved. EJ Rebel. There's no gap years involved. I don't have the time. It's now or never, especially like you said, going to Cleveland, same thing in LA. To me, it's now or never. I don't care how flashy LA is. I don't care how much I want to play with my son. yes, everyone was talking about the movie opportunities and the entertainment opportunities that he had coming to LA, but I'm still here to do one thing, and that's win. So if you guys don't have that idea in mind, I'm probably not going to stay. Again, I don't see the error in his ways for that. It's still, again, he still never had the blessing of a Jordan, of a Kobe, of a Magic, of a GM, maybe outside of Pat, who's saying, oh, trust me, I'm on the same page of you, i.e. what Giannis is doing now in Milwaukee. Baby, I don't feel like we're on the same page. So before I sign that extension, I need you guys to make sure, I need to have you guys by the nuts to know that I'm not here to play. Small market, big market, I don't care what kind of market it is. I'm here to do one thing and one thing only as a professional athlete, and that's to fucking win. So if you guys are not going to do that, let me find my way out to someone who's on the same page as me, who wants to win just as bad as I did. Because one is not enough for me. 250 plus mil is not enough for me. I'm a good ass player. I can get that anywhere. I need to win, and I need to win now. There's no gap years involved, EJ. Giannis don't have the time. LeBron don't have the time. If it was Joker, and Joker was patient, I give it to him. But they continue to try to build around him. Damian Lillard to me is a good example of someone who is in wasteland and waste man's land right now, not having the benefit of an organization. Damian Lillard should be a fucking winner right now. Staying loyal to your mother. They didn't afford him any finals appearances. Not to talk less of 6.
Right. No,
11?
You make a good point with Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard, I'd say this, doesn't have like I don't want to say dominance, but the reach / command that LeBron has.
I get that.
So it's like nobody's doing that. Yeah, but the thing is, they did do Damian Lillard wrong. Like, they're not helping him. But is it to say he didn't make a crap ton of money? Yes, he made a lot of money with Portland, but with what LeBron has had to go through compared to what Jordan had to go through, I mean, no, I don't see it as being as much. But then again, Michael Jordan did have to go through those hard times to where it's like it was just him grinding. Like, he didn't win he came into the league at 84, didn't win his first until 92. So he had to grind for
7 years.
91, my bad, 91. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he had to go ahead and grind that out. So I mean, I see what you're saying.
Let me say this then. So how come we can't combat that with what LeBron's finals appearance was his 5th year in Cleveland? I want to say
4th year. Fourth year.
Okay, to me, it wasn't even much of a grind. To me, it was his superstardom, his ability as a superstar on that team to really take that team to new heights, which is something Jordan was not able to do until Scottie got there. He was not able to do 2, 3, 4 times until Dennis got there. But we don't take that into we don't take that into credit. Dennis and Anderson Varejao are not the same person. Dennis and Andre Zilgauskas are not the same person. Bobby Gibson and Mo Williams.
Jordan took Bill Weddington. Jordan took Bill Weddington to the finals. That guy looked like he should be selling Ford Explorer somewhere.
Come on now, but still, I mean,
and he was losing to better teams. Like, he was losing to better. This is what I don't understand. I don't understand. No, listen. I don't understand why either side uses this losing argument. Okay, Jordan fans try to do I was 6-0. Okay, but your finals opponents weren't as hard as LeBron's finals opponents. And if you think otherwise, you're just ignorant and you're dumb. Point blank, period. Next, the finals appearances thing is the same thing. Jordan was losing to the bad boy Pistons. He was losing to the 86 Celtics. And like, bro, it's some of the greatest teams of all time. So his just so happened to be in his conference already. So the Pistons, the bad boys, were already in the East. Boston was already in the East. You know, LeBron could beat his Eastern Conference teams, but then the better team would be in the West, and that just so happens to be in the finals. But they're both losing to better teams more times than not. So this whole argument of the appearances and the rings and, he's undefeated.
I agree.
Losing to better teams is losing to better teams, whatever round it is.
To me, one of the ways I quote unquote defend LeBron in this GOAT debate is, to me, I'm just going to take it like this. How we made the Seawood point, right? Seawood does 5 or 10 things better than Bismack Biyombo. To me, that's the same thing as LeBron. Granted, don't get me wrong. The way Jordan can literally have the ability to score anywhere on the court at any time, maybe not from 3-point line, but at any time, you know what I'm saying? The way he did is probably a 90 compared to LeBron's 80. But LeBron's 90 comes in passing compared to Jordan. To me, even being able to be positionless compared to Jordan, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, again, he doesn't get the credit to being able to do maybe even if it's a minimum of 2 things better than Jordan does. Because a lot of what I hear the old heads rhetoric is, oh, he's a scorer. He's a killer mentality. He's score anytime, take the big shot, da. Okay, and LeBron is a scorer and a passer and a defender and a rebounder.
I mean, Jordan was all of that too.
Jordan was
Jordan was a passer playmaker as well.
LeBron was never, ever on the level of a defender as Michael Jordan was. Ever.
And then
Michael Jordan was a killer.
That's not true either. That's not a true statement.
Michael Jordan was a killer.
That's not a true statement.
Michael Jordan was a killer.
Mike was a great defensive player. No, that's not what but LeBron in 2013 definitely hit that level of defense. Most definitely.
I know that. I'm just saying.
He should have won Defensive Player of the Year that year as well.
Oh, he should have won that year. I'm saying I think Michael Jordan's done that over collective years. LeBron was never really known for that. That's what I mean. Like Michael Jordan played on both ends of the court, but
to me, it's not even fair that he wasn't recognized for that either. My thing is,
right.
It's like I think about it sometimes. It's like, okay, I would say, okay, in LeBron's era, there wasn't too many superstars that he was necessarily competing with, but I feel like I could say the same with Jordan too. It's like they really are. No, correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, Jordan is not necessarily my time. So one of the things I like to say too is like the way the conversation moves.
Okay.
To me, especially post Miami career, the best player in the league debate. Oh my God, they would change it so literally at year after year after year after year after year. But guess whose name was always in it? LeBron, right? But to me, it's like, okay, in as far as the best player in the league debate, who was Jordan competing with? The way LeBron had to compete with the Kevin Durant's or the James Hardens or the Steph Currys, or I'll go even like back in the day. I don't know who else did he have. I don't know, a Gilbert Arenas. So who else was upper echelon? Like, you know, maybe between like a 03 and 2010 for LeBron. That whose name he's competing with.
I mean, 03 through 2010 was him and Kobe.
Kobe.
That was
Kobe.
Was there a Kobe for Jordan? Like I said, was there a Kevin Durant for Jordan?
Kobe was better than him those years. But
that's perfectly fine. But outside of like Magic, who was on the tail end of his career.
I mean, that's who he was
competing with. Okay, so after Magic, who else?
And Larry at the time.
Oh my God! And these are Hall of Famers, like, and who are probably a little bit more past their prime by the time Jordan is kind of coming up in the best player of the league conversations, right? We're talking about someone who's been through 3 different eras. The Steph Curry era being the most recent. And we're talking about someone who's changed the game completely.
Yep.
Who LeBron is still in these conversations with. To me, this is somewhat of like adversities to me that Jordan didn't necessarily have to face. All of this collectively, to me, is what makes this GOAT debate, to me, just inch Bron a little bit, or just even if it doesn't inch him, forget who's first or second, but for the old heads to just completely dismiss him, like, no way, he cannot compete with this guy. I can't see it. It baffles me. I think it's mind-blowing. How?
Yeah, I can't say that.
And again, LeBron, I'm going to lean on the roster construction, because outside of Pat Riley, before he started taking control, before this Miami team, Cleveland didn't come back in 08 and say, let me put together a team
to leave him.
You decided to I'll let you have
Miami.
that. I've waved the white flag. I've conceded. But again, prior to when this nigga was still him at one point, it's like no one in Cleveland said, let me build a roster around him to defeat the Spurs the way this guy said, you know what? I need to follow that big 3 model in order, like Paul Pierce, who I just got my ass slapped on, whooped on, beat up on 2 years in a row. Let me follow that model and go generate that concept somewhere so I can compete with them. And fuck around and lose to a complete team like the Magic. The Magic was such a complete team with Hito, with Rashad, with Dwight. Come on, no one was building around him like that for him. Right, but how is he going to have the opportunity to even get these 6? My guy got opportunity to get 11 and still have 4 out of those.
Tonnaaayy, you're talking about Cleveland. We know Cleveland wasn't a good organization.
Technically, I'm not because he only had one final appearance there. So what about the other ones?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that yes, we already understand that he did not have good rosters his first stint in Cleveland. That is well, they're also not as bad as y'all try to make them, but they weren't championship. No, because if you also look, the reason why that they were great a lot of those years is because they were also consistently a top 5 defense. So go look there, man. Okay. Mike Brown was over there coaching, who has proven to be a really good coach.
Yes.
So. Yes. But I still don't think they were like a championship team. I think they were just a really good regular season team. But however, he goes to Miami, right? You choose to not only leave Miami, which was a great organization, you then choose to go back to what you already know is a bad organization, and now you want people.
The same power he didn't have in the past.
That's cool. He has more power, but still, you're knowingly going to a bad organization. So now I'm not going to woe is LeBron because he's in an organization that he willingly went to. And willingly left a great
one. Then you're helping the argument even more. He went there knowing that they're incompetent and still fucking carried 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row. Yeah, because
Kyrie got drafted and he brought Kevin Love and made them trade Wiggins.
Did that. Okay, but my GOAT did that. My GOAT saw the landscape and said, I'm here. Have no fear. LeBron is here. Put on that cape. 4 finals appearances in a row. Not to account that the last one was without Kyrie. I don't even remember who
by far the best player in the league. He was by far the best player in the league with a good team.
I never hear Jordan go back. Where's Jordan from? North Carolina? I don't even know. I ain't gonna
hold you. He was born in Brooklyn.
I ain't see him go to New York and do that.
Oh, Madison! Hey, all the nightmares. All the nightmares he gave Madison.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I ain't gonna lie. But thank y'all for letting me get off. Ooh, I don't even know where all that energy came from because I was sleepy 2 seconds ago. But about my GOAT.
That's the thing about this conversation. So we knew.
I don't really have no fight in the game because my favorite players is Kobe. But when it comes to LeBron, I mean, a lot of people know about LeBron and Michael Jordan, who Kobe learned from and modeled his game after. But for LeBron, I mean, he had his own journey. That's all I can say with that. Wow. Michael Jordan had his own journey. I don't try to say one's better than the other. 2 different eras.
I try not to.
They went through this.
That's it. That's a big deal. And even to Kobe's defense too, I feel like he didn't get a lot of his respect until he passed. To be honest, I don't feel like people put a lot more respect on his name until he passed.
That one's rough. That one.
Where I'm at with that one is. I can't. Yes, it's kind of.
That's a whole different conversation. But look, speaking of Kobe, he said it best in his tweet: "Appreciate Jordan 6, appreciate his 5, and appreciate LeBron's journey." And period. And look, these conversations we know is going to be endless, but it was cool to be able to engage with it, especially in light of Chris Paul with the
last thing I do want to say on this topic, Zen.
Go ahead. What's up? Close us out.
You Jordan fans do realize that he went 6-0 because especially the second three-peat, I would definitely stamp this, but I would even say for all 6, he had the best team in the league. It wasn't a team out there that was better than that Bulls team with Scotty and even the first one, Scotty, Paxson, and them. That team was really good, bro. The team was really good.
Yeah, when you got the best
I won't give their role players credit at all. When it's LeBron, their role players saved him. But when it's
Okay,
Jordan,
well,
it's like they don't
look,
even exist.
I'll just say this. Look, if
They
we
make
win the
good points.
championship, this upcoming season, yo, the Christian Wood agenda is going to be crazy.
Oh
So
my
just want to let you know.
god.
Oh yeah.
But look, no, this was one hell of a conversation. But look, you guys know how we always end every conversation is about what we're watching. So, EJ, you already know the vibes. What you watching, man?
I actually haven't been watching too much. Let me see. I see Suits is trending on Netflix,
Watch
so I
Yeah,
that.
may
watch
I
Mhm.
Suits.
may
Watch
start
Suits.
watch that.
All right,
You know,
fam.
Yes,
start to
yes.
watch that.
I'm gonna tell you this about Suits. You watch the first because I know the show very well. You watch the first 15 minutes, you're hooked. You're
Very
hooked.
true.
It's a
Mm.
Very
very
true.
simple storyline that you're like, oh shit, really? You're hooked. So watch Suits. It's on Netflix. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Can't recommend it
Was it
enough.
this
And real
big
talk,
when it was actually out? Wasn't this show like
Yes.
on
good
USA?
question.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Suits had a
Yes.
like a cult following. It was like one of those like
It
loyal
was very
fan
good.
bases, but it's definitely taken a whole new life on its own with since
Mm-hmm.
Netflix. So, but yeah, it's look, I watched every episode, uh, dope show, and so yeah, you will love Suits.
Real talk, I was gonna say I wish Tony was here. Between him and Zen, they watch everything. So whatever they suggest or whatever, just take their word for it. These guys watch
Well,
everything on TV, boy.
let me tell you what I'm watching now. I'm watching a few shows because this is my favorite time of the year. Well, speaking of Lakers, I'm watching Winning Time. Winning
Okay.
Time, I'm telling you, if you're a
Mm-hmm.
Laker
Mm-hmm.
fan, you gotta watch it. But even it's a great TV show. I don't think you even need to be a Laker fan. The guy who plays Jerry West, Jason Clark, it's the funniest shit. It's the funniest shit. The way he plays Jerry West. It is yeah, it's hilarious. What is a few episodes ago we had Jeff Pearlman on for a quick conversation. He's the guy who wrote the book Showtime that the show is based
Oh
upon. So
wow.
we had
Oh
him
wow.
on we had him on a podcast for a little bit. So it's a great show. Watch it, folks. And here's the thing about the show. So it's telling the story of the Showtime Lakers. It's also one of those shows that's on the bubble right now with HBO. And this season, because remember, the Lakers lost to the Celtics in '84. That's where we
Mhm.
are in the story. So if this show ends and gets canceled, a show about the Lakers is going to end with the Celtics winning the chip. So, hey, the only way it's going to be a third season, watch the show, support the
Yeah,
show,
get behind it.
retweet,
Yeah.
get behind it so they can add a third season because this show cannot end with the Celtics, Larry Bird, and
That
them.
would be tragic.
That
That would
would
be
be
tragic.
tragic. Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. But no, it's a dope ass show. It is hilarious. Like I said, Jason Clark, who plays Jerry West, it's one of the funniest shit. It's just I funny. What else I'm watching? I'm a for those who don't know, I'm a diehard Power fan. Force. That's Tommy's show is back.
I
Season
gotta watch. Yeah,
two.
I
Oh.
actually do watch that show. I gotta start. I gotta start the new
Yeah,
season. I
so
gotta start.
season two, it's crazy. Tommy is back. And then Raising Canaan, they just announced that third season comes back in December. And
Oh man.
and then shit. Well, it's 8 o'clock now on the West Coast in about an hour. I'm about to watch the first episode of the new Walking Dead spinoff.
Daryl.
Daryl Dixon, so I'm watching that.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
a show I've been binge watching because with the Hollywood strike, it's perfect time for because there's not going to be too many new shows coming out. Perfect time to go and catch shows on your watch list. First time ever. I mean, no, I have tried getting into the show 9, 10, 11 times. It always failed. I finally get it. I'm finally in it. Game of Thrones.
Only took you about 2 years
Yeah,
to late. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Jesus.
More than that, Game of Thrones.
I've never
Like,
watched a
this show-
single episode.
It's very
So,
good.
fam,
It's very
here's the
good.
thing: the first, they say the first season is the worst, right? But I'm just gonna give you.
Ain't
Let me tell you
tripping.
the type of vibe that Game of Thrones is on. They have a scene, right? It takes place in a brothel where the woman just finished doing some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
wipes a substance off her mouth, and then proceed to kiss another guy.
It's so disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting.
Yeah.
The thing
And
that
then-
I kind of
Did
I
he
see what
see
Zen-
her wipe it off?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
No, he didn't see it. He was around the corner. He didn't see the one.
Whatever, man. Whenever you see anybody coming out of a brothel wiping her mouth off, come on, bro. It ain't nothing. Come on.
I mean,
He knows.
You know,
He knows.
they were living different back in the.
I was just gonna say that.
They were living
Back
Look,
in
no,
the
no.
day.
So what Zen's talking about, I get that. The thing I did not understand, I still don't do to this day, and I don't care if it's to be pure blooded, having sex with your siblings. That is disgusting. I don't care. It's disgusting. That's one big thing they did, especially in Game of
Nothing
Thrones.
is off
But continue, Zen. Go ahead.
Hey, they got like a 9-year-old still getting breastfed.
It's disgusting.
It's wild.
I can just see
It's
Real Talk
wild.
shaking his
So,
head
like,
like,
Game
yeah,
of
I'm not
Thrones,
watching this, bro.
I'm
Real Talk is like, I'm never watching this,
I
bro.
get it.
I'm not watching
We
it.
good off that.
Crazy.
But yeah, no, it's fun.
So yeah, I'm like towards the end of the second season. Absolutely crazy, ridiculous. So, yeah, Tonnaaayy, what are you watching?
I'm kind of behind you on the Force thing. I'm trying to get into it. I'm on like maybe like the third episode. I fell off Power pretty much after the first original Power with Amari Hardrick. Couldn't get into Tyreek. He just got a lot going on, and it just seems very dramatic and unrealistic.
Oh,
a lot
you
of
are
bad
missing
acting
out,
for me.
Tonnaaayy.
You are
I'm gonna
missing
try. I'm gonna
You
try.
are missing out on
So,
that because I was
mean,
thinking the same thing. I'm like, Tariq cannot carry a series, but it's just such a great storyline to where it really don't even matter.
Mary J.
I'm gonna
Mary
try.
J. comes in and Mary J. Blige comes in and kill it. I forgot what was it. What's his name? Woody
Yeah.
McLean. Yeah, Woody McLean. He played Bobby Brown in the New Edition series. He is great in it. It's a dope story. It's a dope story. You gotta watch it.
You gotta tune in today.
I enjoyed Raising Kanan 100%, especially because of the strong female lead. Rock is it. I love her character. I love to hate her character.
She fine too.
She is. I gotta give it to her. She is. But so yeah, Force I'm trying to get into. She's not, but I honestly that's what wows me the most. That is what wows me the most about her character and the way she's able to play it, because I wouldn't even have the heart for it. She's all about her bread and her brand, and she don't care at what cost. You know what I'm saying? But
she sells crack cocaine. I mean, I would venture to say she's not a good mom.
I was trying to get into Winning Time a little bit. The last thing I literally remember is Magic. I don't know, was it his publicist saying he got a baby on the way and he gonna have to figure that out? Wow. That's the last thing I remember. So that's probably to the first episode.
Yeah.
So that's on my docket.
Absolutely. KB, brother, what you watching, man?
Don't kill me, okay? I'm still watching Yellowstone. I'm not finished with that.
Where are you?
It's another show a lot of people like, Yellowstone.
Have you started season 4?
No.
Come on, man.
Oh, look. One thing I can promise you, I'm actually going to binge watch the rest of season 3 like right after we're done with this. So I'm doing that. What I'm actually need to do, and I already know, a lot of people are like, whoa, okay, yeah, Giants is getting the ass kicked now. But
yeah, they are getting
it's disgusting. What's it called? Been sacked by more than 6 times in this game.
Skip is gonna be insufferable tomorrow.
Oh
He's
my
going to be in
God.
rare form
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The
Too
thing,
bad nobody's watching.
exactly. No,
Nobody.
it's like the
No,
only
no.
reason why I'm still watching because I have Dallas's defense on my fantasy team. That's it. But so when it comes down to like I'm watching Yellowstone, I'm also gonna watch Power. I gotta finish that. I'm still on season 3 of Power. It's crazy. Other TV shows I'm watching that I did start is Superman and Lois. That's pretty good. The CW's actually been killing it when it's their TV shows. It's pretty good. The other show, I don't know if we have any anime heads in here. One Piece, that's like the real life version on Netflix, is pretty good. I like the storyline on that. They're cramming like 4 or 5 episodes into one episode, which is pretty dope. And then what are the TV shows? I'm looking to get back into SWAT. I stopped watching it in like close to end of season 1. But I haven't started watching
I'm
after
around
then.
the
Right.
same
So
episode as you.
I might have to get back into it, just like I did with Yellowstone. I didn't think it was going to be good, but the more you keep watching, the more it gets better.
It gets good.
But
It gets there.
but yeah, no. So real talk. I know you said a lot of people don't watch Yellowstone like that. I thought the same exact thing. I'm not into
No, I said a
westerns.
lot of people do like
Been
that
talking
show.
about it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't hear that part. I thought you said the
Yellowstone
opposite.
is that
Yeah,
show,
I
man.
didn't
Yeah.
think it was that good. I'm also going to watch. They have a new TV show that's about to be released called Bass Reeves.
Yeah, Bass
Reeves.
Reeves. Law,
Bass
yeah.
Reeves.
So it's
I'm
a
actually
spin-off.
yeah.
It's still in the same universe, but it takes place in 1884.
Right. So I'm not going to watch that until after I'm done with Yellowstone in 1983, 1923. So those are all the TV shows I'm watching as of now.
Good shit. Good shit.
I'm also about to
Well,
look and see if there's a viewing of the Equalizer I can catch tonight.
Oh, with Queen Latifah? You watch that?
No, I'm
I
talking about
thought
the
he meant.
movie with Denzel.
I was about to
Yeah.
say. That's what I thought he meant. You turned
like the
on
TV show. I'm like, what?
Part
Dakota.
3.
I was like, bro, like she can try to act like she
3.
can do that hand-to-hand combat, but Denzel Washington got her
I'm not
killed in
feeling
that.
it. I ain't
Dang.
try, but
Can't
no
do it.
offense.
Well, look.
I think it's also time for Denzel to wrap up on the action movies, brother. Yeah.
It might be
Oh,
the
really?
last
You think he's too
one.
old? I think he's pretty good.
Denzel
yeah.
ain't looking like Denzel no more.
He got that swag though, that finesse, that worked for him. That's all he needs.
I mean, hey. If Equalizer as good as it gets now, he ain't got to do that running no more. I'm cool with that. I'm good.
Whenever your neck starts sagging, it's time to stop doing it.
Oh no!
It's time to stop doing action movies. It's time.
I hate
it
when
up.
us young folks
He said
get
we
on
get
those
next
type of
start
topics
sagging.
because
That's how
we're
you know
gonna
it's
be
a
there
wrap.
one day. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be there one day.
And I'm not saying that it's bad to be old. I'm just saying when my neck's sagging, I won't be starring in no action movie. That's
Right?
all.
No. It kind of reminds me of like Samuel L. Jackson and how Bruce Willis was getting to. So yeah, it's right there.
Yeah,
that is a great point, KB. Great point.
Because everybody like look when Bruce Willis was doing the what was it the Die Hard movies. Once Live Free Die Hard came out, I'm like, bro, you kind of do a little too much, and I know that's not you doing them, but you know, it
okay.
is
So what about
is.
Tom? Tom has an excuse to still be doing these Mission Impossible.
Okay, Tom.
He's
Tom
coming up.
drinks.
He actually still does them.
He's
He does
coming
them.
up.
He
That's
does
true.
them.
Hey,
He does them.
look, there's very few things on. I'm talking about from a cinematic point of view, cinematography.
You got a point.
Tom Cruise run is iconic.
Yes.
When he runs, check out any Mission Impossible. When he does his 1 minute sprint, it's still iconic. Just saying.
Oh man, I wonder how many days he's out of commission after he doesn't win the sprints, bro. Like for real.
You know the science. You know he drinks.
Don't do this Scientology shit.
But look,
nobody cares.
Well, look, hey, this was a fun episode. We got. If you guys haven't seen already on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, we got the official PGM merch that's available. Now, we did warn you that it was going to piss off some folks. So we have our purple and golden showers
there. I see.
Yes, absolutely. We have our purple and golden shower volume 1 out. Purple and golden showers. Yes. Check it out. Yes, we do take it there. we got the Warriors, we got Memphis, and of course we got fuck Boston as the first three teams. So check it out. And then we just released it yesterday. Austin 315. I will fuck you up. We got that shirt available. Break glass, give me a hell yeah, drink some beer. You already know. Austin
Hard
315. He
for
is
sure.
him. So yeah, we got those shirts. Check it out at purplegoldmines.com. purplegoldmines.com/PGM or PG merch, whatever. It's on the website. You guys will see it. And we also got the Kobe documentary that we're releasing, Jobs Not Finished. The trailer is out. It's on YouTube. It's also
I'm
on
looking
our
forward to that.
yep,
Yes,
November
for sure.
7th. It's yeah, it's a pretty dope project. We're looking forward to it. It's yeah, I think people going to be surprised with what we do and how we do it with this documentary. We're releasing in November 7th. Don't worry, it's the night of the election. There's no games. So yeah, we'll have something to watch for everyone to see.
Oh, I'm gonna be too busy praying that night.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially in your state. But hey, this was a fun episode. Truly appreciate Tonnaaayy rolling through again. EJ, real talk. Appreciate you,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yes,
Please
sir.
let's not make this a one-time thing. And
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure.
yeah, and KB, always you're always on the home team. So yeah, we are out. We truly appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week with episode 11, Meeting of the Gold Mines. We are talking the GOAT of sports films. That will be a fun one. And we got a special guest. So yeah, we
All
are out.
right.
Thank you all. And we'll see you soon.
Go like